Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading for your job search. So, any of you guys out there that are searching for a job, that are just wondering about your process or the timeline, how this is all going to come together, we're going to see if the cards can enlighten you today. So go ahead and take some deep breaths and tap into your situation. Hold your job search or your question in mind. And I want you to choose a feather or a number to get your message. Number 1, number 2, or number 3. So number 1 is the vulture feather. Number 2 is the parrot feather. And number 3 is the hawk feather. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so it may not apply to everyone, and the entire reading may not apply specifically to you. So take whatever resonates, and if the reading does resonate, definitely leave comments below. I'd love to hear about it and your experience, and we're gonna get started. If you choose number 1, I'm gonna pull your cards right now. If you choose 2 or 3, head to the comments below where my lovely subscribers help me out with the timestamps. Thank you guys again for your help and support with that. So, for those of you guys who choose number 1, the vulture feather, we're just gonna freestyle draw you some cards here and see what's going on in your job search. This salmon card here is the career opportunity card, which I think is really funny that this is coming out right now. And I love this image of the salmon swimming upstream. It's reminding you that this process isn't always easy. You know, I've heard stories from clients of them applying to 50 jobs before they got the one or before they got the call back, going to multiple interviews before they get the position. So just remember that this is gonna be rough. When the salmon finally reaches its destination at the top of the stream, it's kind of beat raw by the river. It's a little beaten down. So you might get a little beaten down on this path, okay? This is a reminder to you that you are definitely an empath or a sensitive person. It's probably why you're so open to like energies and tarot readings and interested in stuff like that, spirituality, personal growth. And your sensitivities allow you to be very creative, and it's one of the best parts of you. But when you have to go out in the real world and get a job and you're turned down, or you don't get the call back, or you spend an hour or 2 filling out the application and you never hear anything back, of course it's going to be difficult not to take that personally. Okay? That's going to be hard. It's normal to get frustrated and with every rejection to feel worse and worse. But I want to open you up to another perspective. What if there was a job that was ordained for you? What if there was a specific job that was and is set aside for you specifically? What if the job that you applied for is a job that was meant for someone else? What if the job that you didn't get went to someone else and it really blessed them and it was exactly what they needed? Consider that the job that you applied for that you didn't get, that there was someone else out there just like you in a similar situation that really needed that job, and it was meant for them and not for you. Can you put yourself into their shoes? Can you feel gratitude for them? We are all part of a greater whole. We are one. You are like a drop in the ocean. A single drop can be separated from the ocean, but it's still part of the greater whole of all the little droplets that make up the entire ocean. So that person who got the job, they're you. They're part of you, if that makes sense. In spiritual truth, we're one. So maybe you can find a way to be thankful and be happy that the person that was meant to get that job got it. Sometimes our ego brain, our reptilian brain goes, well, that's not fair, and life is out to get me, and it's never gonna happen, and that is normal. If you're feeling thoughts like that, if you're feeling like you're being singled out, or if you're feeling really broken down by this process, or you're feeling like you're not good enough, that's normal. And process your authentic emotions, but just don't stay there. Bring yourself back to your center by taking a second to send love and light, or sending kind thoughts, or a prayer to that person who received that position you went out for but didn't get, and remind yourself that there is something like that for you. What crazy odds is it that that person got that job? Like, there will be crazy odds like that happen to you. There's all these different people applying for the same job, and one day you will be the one that gets it. And so this is saying that you've been applying for a while, you've been searching for a new job for a while, and this might have to do with the season. Maybe you really wanted a new job around January, February, around kind of a winter time. And now for many of us on the planet right now, not everyone, but for many of us, it's literally spring right now, and the sun is shining, the birds are out. Like, it's a good time to look for a new job. The energy is really great for this. But I do kind of feel like this is telling you, like, just because the past couple of months of job searching didn't go well doesn't mean that this can't be your month, or that this can't be your week. So I do see you celebrating. I do see you happy. I do see you in a really good situation where you're able to feel comfortable with the people you're working with. And I feel like the reason you're looking for a good job is obviously you want money, you want to be supported, but I also feel like maybe you want to get this job, or you want to switch jobs because you're feeling like you're not being supported by the community at your job, or like the politics there is kind of messed up. So this is saying that you will connect with a better work environment. There's always going to be that one person you don't get along with. Not everyone's gonna like you. That's something I found really hard in this life. I'm an Aquarius. I'm a people pleaser sometimes. I want everyone to like me, but one of the biggest things I've learned is, like, not everyone's gonna like me. Not everyone's gonna get me, and that's okay. I'm just gonna be cordial and kind of keep my head down around those people I know that I'm rubbing wrong, or that are rubbing me wrong, and focus on the good connections I do have and not get involved in the drama. So you have a chance to start over. You're gonna have a fresh start. It's gonna be a better environment. You get along better with the people. So let's see anything else about your job search. This is really just coming to peace with the process. Peace with the process. This might not be the only time in your life that you search for a job. So every time you're searching for jobs, it's an opportunity to get better at it and to come to peace with that experience of the waiting. Sometimes it's the unknown in life that drives us crazy. And I know a lot about that because the unknown is kind of what drew me to do tarot in the first place. Maybe the unknown is what called you here to do this, to participate in this reading. But sometimes there's still things we can't know. There's things we aren't meant to know. I can get a lot of answers through these cards, but there are still things that are not meant to know. And if you think about it, life would be so boring if you knew every single thing that was going to happen. Like, and funny enough, I have a feeling that if we knew every single thing that was going to happen, we'd still find reasons to worry. We'd still find reasons to doubt. Just how our mind is. So you will gain more abundance. I think this job is going to pay you a little more, or even a lot more than past jobs or past experiences. And you really want to take responsibility right now in your life. I feel like you have some certain bills you want to pay off, or some debt you want to pay off, or there's a bigger goal you have that this job is going to help you work towards. And so, like, part of you taking responsibility is getting this new job. And I think that you're coming at it from really good intentions. Your original intention for getting a job or for manifesting anything is so important, like that it comes from an honest, pure place. That's the energy with which you manifest. And so you're manifesting this with good intentions. And then we see Twin Flame. What's going on with this Twin Flame card in the middle of a job reading? Are any of you guys here worried about a twin flame situation or worried about a love situation. I feel like some of you guys have decided to take a step back from this and the worry over this, and you've just decided, I'm going to focus on my career. I'm going to get something good going for me and kind of bide my time while I'm trying to figure out my love situation. If that doesn't resonate, this means some of you guys are in a relationship with a soulmate or twin flame, and this person is supporting you and they're there for you. You can ask them for advice. You can ask them to look over your resume. I love bouncing ideas off of my partner, and you know, this person is your other half. They'll be able to help you a lot. If your twin flame isn't there, just, you know, the other message I said before this is accurate for you. And then this is forgiveness. Maybe there's a part of you that's just like, this is like forgiving yourself for anything, any judgment you've passed on yourself during this process. Like I said in the beginning, it's easy to kind of judge yourself and be like, I'm not good enough, or I'm not qualified, or it's not meant for me, or like, or maybe even get mad at God or the universe or your higher self or your deity or whatever. Like, you can get mad at the universe because you feel like things aren't going your way. This is just forgiving yourself, forgiving the universe, or forgiving God, and being able just to wipe the slate clean and just keep going in this process. You're very close, is what I feel. Yeah, this is now. The job's coming soon. Like, when I saw these cards, it's like you hit your target, you're going to be happy, career opportunity coming in. So let's see if we can get you a little bit of a timeline here. Now, this is a general reading, and timelines are really affected by your personal energy and also, you know, your free will and the free will of other people's involved. So this timeline, for some people, it'll end up being accurate. For some people, it won't, because you have to understand this is a general reading. There's lots of different people coming. But when can you expect this job? Take this timeline with a grain of salt. You know, it's within 1 to 4 months. I feel like for some of you guys, this is going to happen within a month, within 4 weeks. Okay, I feel like for the majority of you guys, if you're really going for it, you're putting the applications out there, you're really close. You're going to get a call back soon. Within a month, you'll probably be working this job. There's a small group of you guys that I feel like this is going to take 4 months or 3 or 4 months. It's going to take a couple months, so don't get discouraged, okay? I hope that this resonates. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So, we're looking into your job search for those of you guys who chose the parrot feather. I love this color against this dark navy blanket. Oh, I just love it. It's golden, it's beautiful. Anyways, let's go ahead and pull messages about your job search. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit and use another deck. What's going on with your job search? Oh, that card is so perfect. Okay, so I'm getting this message that you want to leave or have recently left a job where like there was something toxic going on. Like this is like the boss, the devil. Somebody who just is kind of manipulative, someone who's like on a power trip or like a micromanager, and they got the horns that come out. You never know what to expect when you go into work. And your boss or your superiors at work, they really set the tone and they set the energy for the place that you work. I worked somewhere for 13 years. I've told you guys about it many times on the channel. It was a big portion of my life. And I went through, I think, like 3 or 4 bosses. And it was so weird to see how my job would change. It was the same job, same stuff, nothing really changed, but the energy, the way people acted, the amount of drama in the workplace changed based off of every boss. I got to see what it was like when there was somebody who was like really kind and like an empath and like a total divine feminine type of boss who really knew how to take charge, but also, you know, be kind and understanding with people. I mean, everything was just pretty much flawless. I got to see what it was like when a toxic masculine type person was in charge. I got to see what it was like when an awesome divine masculine type of leader was leading and you know, things got done and everything was organized. And I saw what it was like when things were disorganized and everyone had to pick up the slack. And it's just crazy how things can change at a job and how one person can really affect the energy, especially when that person's a superior. So something happened, like you got backstabbed, or like you were told you were going to get a promotion and then it got offered to someone else last minute, or you kept getting reprimanded for something you felt like was out of your control. Maybe you got fired. That's happened before to some of you guys, right? It could also be maybe you dated someone you were working with, and now it's just weird going into work and awkward, and like you just know you need to start over and have a fresh start. So there's complications, the reason why you're looking for the new job. And this is the Judgment card. Like, this is you just being like, I don't want to sit around and participate in this drama anymore. I just want to like be free of this and start over somewhere fresh. So you're realizing what you've learned. You've realized how you've contributed to the situation, because we all got our, shadow side, but you're mainly just being like, I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want to be around this anymore. Also, you're at this point where you're like, I don't want to complain about my job. You're like, I don't want to be one of those people that just sits around complaining about their job and does nothing about it. So you're at this point where you're just like, I don't want to blame myself or other people. I don't want to make any more excuses. I just want to work on my personal freedom. I'm going to rise up and I'm going to just expand my wings. I'm going to be reborn and I'm going to find this new job. So this is you peering into this little window here, looking at what's possible. And so you're considering maybe a different line of work, or you're considering maybe moving somewhere, or like just a whole different kind of energy. And it's kind of scary for you because you're looking at this big mountain that needs to be climbed. Maybe you haven't made your resume yet, or you're realizing like, even if I do get this new job, maybe the same thing will happen over and over. And maybe what I really want is to be self-employed, or maybe what I really want is to figure out some passive ways of making income, or maybe I want to grow a side hustle and then just kind of work this day job and eventually leave it. So I think you're realizing that the solution for you long term might not really be just getting another job, because I think you've been from job to job and you're like, it's the same crap everywhere you go. So what needs to change? Maybe it's you. Maybe it's thinking of other possibilities. So there's a lot going on right now. You want to find this other job, but you also are thinking about creating a side hustle or creating a business. So it's just a lot. I see this message just to focus on the next step. You're here and you're looking at this peak, but really you need to look at this one and just focus on getting right there instead of freaking out over this. So this is saying taking the little steps. So break this down into little chunks. Like, I feel like you need to just brush up your resume, maybe watch some YouTube videos on resumes. Last time I made a resume was like 2 years ago, and before that it had been a while. And I thought I knew what to do, and I made one, and it just kind of came out like crap. And then I was like, oh God, what am I doing? And so I went on YouTube. I Googled it, all the answers are out there. We're living in the information era. And I found some really great tips. And I was like, oh my gosh, I never knew that that would help. I made a really badass resume, and it worked. And so figure it out, figure out what you need to do. I'm just laughing because I'm remembering that one time I turned in a resume that was pink, and they're like, don't do that. And I did it anyways. Oh gosh, you guys, just do your best. Work on the resume, build it up, get an opinion on it from a friend or something. And just 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day. I feel like you just can't even start. You're just you haven't even made the resume, or you filled out 1 or 2 applications, but you got to fill out 50. So every day you got to send one out, and you just got to hustle, and you just got to make it work. So I think this is encouragement for you that you really can get this new job, and to keep going for it, or to start that path and work towards it. And then once you get there and you get settled, and you can set your sights on developing the business, or figuring out the side hustle, or making an action plan for you to get out of these types of jobs. You can do it. I thought I was going to be stuck teaching swim lessons forever, but here I am, traveling the world, 3 successful businesses, and growing. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy how things can change one step at a time. And you can do this even if you're depressed. I was super depressed in bed a lot, just kind of like blah. I still just took tiny little steps. You can do it, whatever's going on, whatever this drama is. So this is saying, this is the winds of change. Your life is taking you on a more creative path, and your creativity will rejuvenate you. This new job will rejuvenate you and allow you to have more time to work on your creative path. So awesome. Let's look at a timeline. I said this on the last message, but I just want to let you guys know this is a general reading, so timelines are really, really rough. This may not resonate with you, or it might not happen for you. I'm going to give a rough timeline based off of the general energy I'm feeling from the collective of people who've come for this, but you know, this is, the timeline predictions work a lot better in personal readings. I just want to say that in case you like walk away from this reading and it doesn't happen in the time I say and you're like, it wasn't true. Well, it's a general reading. Let's see. Okay. So for most of you guys, this new job, you'll find it within 2 months. For a small group of you guys, this is happening in like 2 weeks. This is happening fast. I feel like a couple of you guys are just gonna hear this message and you're just gonna go and do the resume and you're gonna make it happen. Some of you guys, it's gonna take a little longer, but it won't take that long. Couple months, and I feel like you'll be out of this situation. This is telling you, as far as getting here to your big, job, or being able to be self-employed or create your own business or do a startup or figure out a side hustle or something like that, it's gonna take a while. Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes an orange tree 7 years from when you plant that seed for it to produce fruit. So, businesses take sometimes a decade to build. So be open to that. Don't expect it to happen overnight. Don't quit this job and just say, I'm going to go build my own business, unless you know you have a means to support yourself. I feel like this is going to happen. You're going to get out of this rat race, but I do feel like in a couple months you could be in a better position if that's what you want. So that's exciting. I hope that resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 3, the hawk feather, let's look into your job search. So I think I want to use this deck again. I've been called a lot more recently to my new deck. It's kind of interesting. It's starting to grow on me. Well, you're probably going to find this kind of annoying, but this card is about having patience. Wah, wah. Just kidding. You are, at this point, you might be a little upset. You might be kind of like, what the heck? Like, I really want this job, and is there one out there for me? And I really think for you, it's timing. For other people, I said you need to literally apply to 50 different places. I feel like for you, there's a job that's coming. It just might not be listed yet. So keep applying and don't give up. But I feel like this is telling you to strike while the iron's hot. Strike, that's exactly what the heron does now that I think about it. This bird, it's been amazing. I've been able to watch some of these birds. They stand in the water, and their long skinny legs blend in almost like it's a plant or like some reeds. So the fish will swim around it. It'll swim around, and the heron will have plenty of chances to grab the fish, but it'll wait for the big fish. And the fish will come around and kind of pick at its legs, like, oh, there's something to eat here. And then it's so crazy to watch. Out of nowhere, the heron will go bop and will grab its fish. So this is saying just kind of be chill, just kind of blend in, put some feelers out, but something's going to come and you will be able to just hop right on it, and it's going to happen so fast. So I was actually just talking to a friend the other day who's been job hunting for almost a year, and randomly she had a job interview on, if you're watching, what's up? You know who you are. She had a job interview on Friday, and Saturday she had a callback, and then Monday she was working. And it was so weird. It was so out of the blue, because for months and months she had been searching for a job, and it just happened all of a sudden. So I feel like that's going to happen to you. And you're going to get some really good money from this job. This is talking about your situation really increasing. And you're just going to be wow. what am I going to do with all this money? Like, you're going to be thinking, man, I can probably move somewhere, or I can pay out that debt, or I can, you know, invest in this new thing. It's just gonna be really stable, and you're gonna be way happier, and this job is gonna feel like a home. You're gonna be able to like get into a little bit of luxury and enjoy the finer things in life. And so just continue to be loyal to yourself and to hard work. Like, you're worth it. And then we're seeing some really good cards for you. The 10 of Cups, like, this is like feeling like you have had some crazy synchronicity. Like, this might be a job you stay in for a long time, or the job gives you connections that you can take forward with you. Like, it's amazing. Your cup is being filled mentally, emotionally, physically. This is a really great job. And so you're going to be feeling really positive on the other side of this. And this is also telling you that right now your energy is very magnetic. So if you're worried, like, am I just not able to attract things? What's wrong? I just feel like it's a timing thing. It's a timing thing here. It's just got to be patient. This is coming. You are attracting things. You are magnetic right now. You're in a good vibe. Like, don't doubt your personal power is the message here. So let's get a couple more messages for you about your job search, and then we'll try to pull a timeline. Another patience card. What? You might have to wait a little while. I think usually this card has a negative connotation, but I think this is actually positive. It's like somebody you know, a friend of a friend is going to say something, or you might put some feelers out that you're searching for a job, and like it might come through someone you know, okay? It might be an opportunity through someone you already know. So this is just saying surrender, like give in to the infinite opportunities. Surrendering doesn't mean give up. It means giving in to the infinite opportunities, being open-minded. And then this is just like releasing your doubt, releasing timelines. So I'll pull a timeline for you, but honestly, this could be very different for everyone. Take this with a grain of salt. There's a lot of people here doing this reading, so it may not resonate with everyone. But timeline, we're getting Prince of Swords. It's saying keep taking action. If I don't get a timeline this time, then you're not supposed to get one. Yep. So I feel there's a message of within 3 to 6 months, this job will come. That's why you need to have patience. For some people, it might even be longer. It might be closer to 9 months, 10 months. So I hope that timeline doesn't freak you out. There might be some people watching this that'll get this job in 2 weeks or something. There's always an exception to that rule, but I feel like this is gonna take a little bit longer, but the rewards are great. Hold out, okay? This is gonna be a good situation for you. I hope that this resonates with you guys. Thank you so much for everyone coming to the channel. I know a lot of you guys have been requesting career readings, and I hope that this one helps. Let me know if you have any more questions about your job or your career. I already have some readings up for like your talents and your gifts and stuff like that. If you're wanting like what job is going to be best for me, maybe I might be able to do pick a card on that, but honestly that's better for a personal reading because that's something very personal. But if you have any like more ideas of what would be a good general reading or pick a card reading for career, anything you'd like to hear, then definitely leave it in the comments below. And if you want a personal reading from me, I am open for readings. You can see the information as well in the description and in the comments. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.